What's up, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Happy Wisdom Wednesdays. I hope everyone is having a great day, a beautiful day, and a blessed day as always. So, before I get into this message, I just want to first and foremost say, for me to really come on here and do these videos, it takes a lot of dedication. And one thing for sure for me is that it really is like a therapy session for me in a way, because, for anyone who is close to me, like I'm a person who I like to talk. Like I am a talker, and I know that I can talk. I feel like that's one of the reasons that God has placed me, to do this as, my calling, because he knows that the gift that I have, right? So he wants me to share it with everybody else. But, not only is it therapy for me, it really helps me to get through. I feel like too, because right now I'm currently in isolation season where, I don't get out, I don't do anything, I don't hang, I don't really have anybody around me right now. And I know that's God's way of trying to elevate me and try to, pour into me for me to receive more, and also to step into my next and step into my new. So I'm okay with being in isolation. I've been okay with it for a very long time, because I know that the outcome, listen, is going to be very, very, very much worth it. So I just wanted to say that, like, it definitely helps me too, because although I don't see anybody who I'm talking to and no one is talking back, like, it just still feels good to release, right? To really speak about things that I really feel on my own heart, and also the things that God wants me to say as well. So let's go ahead and get to this message so that we can get right and stay right. So, in life, like, one thing that I've learned that if I started to do is, like, you have to really go throughout, like, having it is what it is attitude, because if you try to think more of a situation than it is, or think more of a person than who they are, then, this will lead you to disappointment and hurt and overall failure within a relationship or a situation, because you expected too much and not really just accepting things to be exactly what they were, expecting things from what people have shown you, right? And when you go through life as it is what it is attitude, like, I feel like you should learn to set up boundaries and not accept certain things, because when you don't have that it is what it is attitude, then you end up accepting things that you should not accept in life. So, you have to really come to a point to where, when you see that a person is who they are, right? Or you see a situation, just again, it is just exactly whatever it is, then you have to move accordingly. It's not like stick around for what? Because if you stick around for something that it's not it, then you will lead yourself to disappointment. I mean, you will lead yourself, not the other person disappointing you, or the situation itself disappointing you. You will end up disappointing you, because you already knew, right? You already had it in your mind, like, okay, this is just what it really is, so why bother? And when you move in a space like that, then you will accept less than what you deserve, because that's what end up happening to people. They end up accepting less than what they deserve, because they try to stick around and try to fix a situation, or try to force something that should not be forced in the first place. Listen, the only person that you can control are you, and it should be your kids. Other than that, you cannot, change or fix anybody else, especially no other grown person, who is in your life. And if a situation itself isn't working for you, then that means you need to remove yourself, because again, you can't fix things. You can't fix people. People have to want to fix themselves, and if a situation is meant for you, then the situation itself will resolve, not you trying to do what you feel like you want the outcome to be, in order to get the results that you want. And again, in order to get a person to be to you who you want them to be to you so badly. Listen, I get it. I've been there. Like, we be wanting. You be wanting somebody to be exactly what you need them to be for you. But listen, if they aren't that, there is nothing you can do to change that, because this person has to want to change for themselves. Anyone who doesn't want to lose someone that they have, listen, trust me and believe me, they will change. They would change. And I like to say too that there's no way in life that anything should be forced. Anything that has to be forced isn't real. It isn't genuine, because you having to pull something out of somebody is also going to result in you not even getting the fullness of a person, because it's something different. It hits different when a person can just be themselves, who can just be everything you need them to be on their own. Listen, I'm not saying be perfect for somebody, right? Because no one's perfect. But we can all use a little assistance or critiquing with certain things in certain areas of our lives. This much is true, but you should not have to really full on force something to work, force something to be good, force yourself to be happy in something or with somebody that it means it's just not it. Because you shouldn't have to be forcing things. So therefore, when you come to the realization, right, that a situation or a person is what it is and who they are, then you should move accordingly to that, so that you don't continue going throughout life setting yourself up for disappointment and hurt, and just overall wasting time trying to fix something that is not meant to be fixed. It's meant for you to be moved. It's meant for you to move on, because it is not for a lifetime, but it's only for a season. It is temporary. So temporary things aren't meant to last long. And that means it has its expiration date, and you have to be okay with that. No matter if you got to hurt, and heal to get out on the other side, you still have to overall be okay with something not working out for you, because I promise you that something better will come along. But if you stay in a situation that is not working, if you stay with a person who is not for you, then you will never get to something that is greater than that. And I feel like that's what people really need to remember. Like, this isn't working for a reason. So therefore, I know there is something else great for me outside of, this situation right here. So therefore, you should let that again motivate you, and always remember that. Like, if something isn't working, trust and believe once it's over with, something better is going to come your way, and you're going to thank yourself and thank God that you had the courage and the strength to just move on. And if you need the strength or the courage, then lean on God, because he will give it to you, and he will provide you with the answers that you need, so that you can remove yourself, because he too works in mysterious ways. So he will get you up out of a situation if you let him. And if you don't be too stubborn to try to be focused on making something work that isn't meant to work. So listen, I hope that this message has helped, touch, bless, motivated anyone who it reaches. And as always, let's be motivated, but most importantly, let's stay inspired.